Hey, Kiequest here, bringing you a continuation of. So, we're here in Tarkov, or I don't, Lionsgate? I don't know. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and just, before we started off, pick here, and go for Ground Slam, because it is a large AoE skill that does, I wouldn't say super significant damage, but it does enough damage to, get the job done. To go for a two-hander here, I think that I didn't play this in the last, but I would like to try some skills. Different ones. Oh wait, this doesn't work off of. So I can't. Ooh. So it's actually pretty good early on if you can get slots, because that way to modify skills more. So here I've got 3 slots, meaning I can. Now we're gonna go over here and talk to these people. Smash some hearts over their head. We're gonna go ahead and take quests. We're gonna look to see if they have any. Okay. It's pretty good actually to take these. To take these rings, because flat physical damage is actually pretty good in the beginning. We're gonna go ahead and just sell this stuff because don't need it. Don't need that either. And I'd rather have the currency anyway. I did start a different character, so I have some currency beforehand. But I'm just gonna go ahead and go through this. I'm gonna skip all the conversations because I don't feel there's any need to. If you want to listen to the story, you can go ahead and do it yourself. A little bit of sound to make it. There we go. Alright, let's get going. So, I'm just starting out doing this, so I'm not sure exactly what kind of things to talk about or how to just blah 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 the entire time. I do have a habit, like I said, of clearing out the map. It's not something that you need to do. In fact, it's much slower if you do it that way. So I mean, I was just heading to the main points of the map and then just kind of going on from there. Sometimes maps have little side quests in them depending on the league of someone you meet, and then you have to do something for.
My mana is gone. I will disappoint him.
But I think in this league you don't do that for a little while. See, I'm picking up most of the items here in the beginning because they are stuff I either can use or sell. In the beginning you just kind of want to grab everything just for some basic currency. Although, if you don't, it's not such a big deal. There's not really a lot to say. I mean, the game's good, fun to quick, but this takes some getting used to. And it doesn't do a lot of holding your hands. The reason why I did a basics tutorial in this game is because I figured seeing that although they have improved a lot on the tutorial, but I don't think they've done quite what they need to. It's just basically it doesn't hold your hands quite enough in the very beginning for you to figure things out. And there are other videos out there who goes into depth about how to play the game, but I always found that they're too deep for someone who just like wants an overview of like, hey, what do I do? Do I just go ahead and put points in the random places, which is actually fine because you do get items to do some respecking. Although you don't want to have to respec your entire tree. That's quite expensive, but you could do it. Here we're based on the shape of this map. Where, you know, there's a waypoint up here. This will allow us to quickly go back into town. But, you know, full I am. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this. Like I said, to have these rings in the beginning is actually pretty good. Because everything is so low, having the extra flat damage added onto it is quite the experience already. Alright. I'm gonna go along here because life nodes are actually pretty important, and unlike a lot of the characters, the Marauder has very easy access to life modes, and life in general in the beginning. So, I mean, there's this entire wheel of life up here, and these are all life nodes. This gives you armor and health stuff like that. In general, you don't go for armor nodes, but sometimes you do. Like this one's pretty good because it gives you +1 to all resistances. It's a lot of armor. +1 to max, sorry, which means that instead of having a 75 cap, you have a 70 cap. And then, so we're going to go and go down here to the next section. There are speed ways of doing this, which you don't go down here first, you go up towards the mud flats first. And that's technically faster because you just get a bunch of waypoints and then come back and do this. But I think going this way is fast enough. One thing you can do is if you want to skip the walk back, what you can do is after you do the main objective in the area, you can go ahead and hit escape and click the character selection. And what this does is it just basically takes you back to Lion's Watch. And while I'm there, turn your quest. Another note, now that as I'm playing this, I'm remembering certain things. If you're playing a caster class, there's an option here when you click this that allows you to click Poise Attack without moving, which basically if you click this, you can attack and it'll just sit there and not move. It's the same thing as holding down shift, but for casters you might want to do that because it just allows you to sit there and attack. Also you'll notice that when you first start out, these have outlines and stuff like that that are a little bit different. That's from a item filter. I personally use Filter Blade. As I think it's one of the better looking ones out there. There's probably other ones that are better, but I enjoy using Filter Blade. They're just actually I haven't tried any ones, so alright. Travel back to Lion's Watch. And then I'll go ahead and wrap up this. And alright, that's all for now. See you next video.